In the annals of military history, few names shine as brightly and controversially as General George Smith Patton Jr. Known for his fierce determination, innovative tactics, and polarizing personality, Patton emerged as one of America's most formidable generals. This is the story of his journey, from a young boy enamored with tales of valor to a key architect of Allied victory in World War II. Born on November 11, 1885, in San Gabriel, California, George Patton was a child of privilege and history. His family, steeped in military tradition, regaled young George with tales of ancestors who fought in the Revolutionary War and the Civil War. These stories ignited a flame within him, a burning desire to live up to his illustrious lineage. Patton's formal military education began at the Virginia Military Institute, but it was at West Point where his military career truly took shape. Despite initial academic struggles, his unwavering dedication and natural leadership skills shone through. Patton graduated in 1909, embarking on a career that would forever mark him as a soldier's soldier. The 1912 Olympic Games in Stockholm offered a glimpse into Patton's versatile talents and iron will. Competing as a pentathlete, he demonstrated not just physical prowess but also a deep commitment to representing his country on the international stage. Although he did not win, his performance was a harbinger of the resilience and competitive spirit that would define his military career. In the years leading up to the First World War, Patton honed his skills in various cavalry assignments, always pushing the envelope of conventional military tactics. His fascination with the possibilities of armored warfare began to take root during this period, setting the stage for his future battlefield innovations. The outbreak of World War I provided the canvas for Patton to paint his legacy. As part of the newly formed Tank Corps of the American Expeditionary Forces, he was at the forefront of armored warfare, leading the charge in the Battle of Saint-Mihiel and the Meuse-Argonne offensive. It was here that Patton's theories on speed, aggression, and the element of surprise in battle were put to the test, shaping the future of warfare. From the rolling plains of California to the battlefields of Europe, Patton's early life and military career laid the foundation for his legendary status. His childhood dreams of glory and valor were not just fulfilled, they were surpassed, marking the beginning of a journey that would lead him to become one of the most iconic military figures of the 20th century. Join us as we continue to explore the life of George Patton, a man whose passion for military history and innovation in warfare marked the dawn of a new era in military strategy and tactics. As the echoes of the past shaped his future, George Patton's early military career was a testament to his unwavering pursuit of excellence. His journey from a promising cadet to a pioneering force in armored warfare began with his spirited participation in the 1912 Olympics, laying the groundwork for a legacy built on determination and innovation. In the years following the Olympics, Patton embarked on various military assignments, each marking a step closer to his destiny. His early days in the cavalry showcased a profound commitment to mastering the art of war, from the saber's edge to the intricate dance of mounted combat. Yet, it was his forward-thinking vision that set him apart, foreseeing the transformative role of mechanized units in modern warfare. The outbreak of World War I in 1914 heralded a new era of conflict, one that brought the devastating power of industrialized warfare to the forefront. As Europe plunged into chaos, Patton found himself drawn to the heart of innovation on the battlefield, the tank. Recognizing its potential to revolutionize warfare, Patton became an ardent proponent of armored tactics, leading the charge in the creation of America's Tank Corps. Patton's zeal for tank warfare led him to the battlefields of France, where he quickly established the American Expeditionary Forces Tank Corps. Under his command, this fledgling unit underwent rigorous training, preparing to unleash a new kind of warfare upon the German lines. Patton's leadership was not just about strategy and tactics, it was about instilling a sense of relentless pursuit and adaptability in his men. The true test of Patton's theories came during the Battle of Saint-Mihiel and the Meuse-Argonne offensive. Leading from the front, Patton's tanks broke through enemy defenses, showcasing the mobility and shock value that armored units could bring to the battlefield. Despite facing fierce resistance and suffering personal injury, Patton's resolve only strengthened, his bravery inspiring his men to push forward against all odds. As the guns of World War I fell silent, George Patton emerged as a visionary. His contributions to the development of armored warfare had not only proven pivotal in the conflict but also signaled the dawn of a new era in military strategy. Patton's experiences in the Great War laid the groundwork for his legendary future, one that would forever alter the course of history. In the interlude between the wars, Patton's legacy as a pioneer of armored warfare was already being written. Yet, the journey was far from over. The seeds sown on the battlefields of World War I would grow into the armored spearheads of World War II, with Patton at the helm, ready to lead the charge into the annals of history. As the world sought to mend the wounds of the Great War, George Patton found himself navigating a period of transition and transformation. The interwar years, spanning from the armistice of 1918 to the outbreak of World War II in 1939, were a time of reflection, innovation, and preparation for Patton. In these years of peace, he would sow the seeds of future victories and redefine modern warfare. The end of World War I did not mark the end of Patton's military evolution. Instead, he embraced the peace years as an opportunity to refine his theories on armored warfare and leadership. Stationed in various capacities across the United States, Patton dedicated himself to the study and enhancement of tank tactics, foreseeing the central role they would play in future conflicts. Patton's passion for armored vehicles was matched only by his commitment to the men who would operate them. He advocated for and led rigorous training programs, pushing for advancements in tank design and strategy. His efforts during these years were not just about preparing for the next war, they were about ensuring that America would lead the way in armored combat. Away from the roar of engines and the clash of steel, Patton's personal life flourished. He was a family man, devoted to his wife Beatrice and their children. These quieter moments offered Patton respite and grounded him, but the soldier's spirit was never far from the surface. His interests in polo, sailing, and reading military history were reflections of his unyielding drive and strategic mind. Even as the world enjoyed a fragile peace, Patton remained a student of war. He lectured, wrote extensively on military tactics, and engaged with contemporaries on the future of warfare. His writings during this period, filled with insights and foresight, would later serve as a blueprint for the armored assaults he would lead in World War II. As the 1930s drew to a close, the winds of war once again began to stir across Europe and Asia. The lessons learned and the preparations made during the interwar years would soon be put to the ultimate test. For George Patton, the coming conflict would offer the stage upon which his theories, innovations, and leadership would be showcased to the world. In the shadow of the impending storm, Patton stood ready, his life's work and his indomitable spirit preparing to confront the greatest challenge of his career. The interwar years had been a time of growth, learning, and anticipation. Now, on the eve of global conflict, Patton was poised to emerge as a key figure in the fight for freedom and a new world order. As the world once again descended into the depths of war, George Patton stood on the precipice of destiny. World War II, a conflict that spanned continents and oceans, would serve as the ultimate proving ground for Patton's military genius and his unyielding spirit. In the African deserts and across the European landscape, Patton's leadership would become the stuff of legend. The North African campaign marked Patton's dramatic entrance onto the World War II stage. Tasked with leading the American forces in Operation Torch, Patton's charisma and tactical acumen were on full display. In the harsh, unforgiving deserts, he revitalized American morale, transforming a beleaguered force into a formidable army that could stand against the seasoned Axis troops. The liberation of Sicily was a testament to Patton's relentless drive and innovative warfare strategies. Moving swiftly and striking hard, Patton's forces outmaneuvered the enemy, showcasing the effectiveness of mobile armored units and the element of surprise. His daring and decisiveness not only secured a crucial victory but also opened the door to the Italian campaign, bringing the Allies one step closer to the heart of Axis power. As the war raged on, Patton's Third Army became synonymous with the lightning-fast advances that characterized the Allied push across Europe. Yet, it was during the Battle of the Bulge that Patton's strategic brilliance and sheer willpower were put to their greatest test. Faced with a surprise German offensive, Patton executed a daring maneuver, pivoting his forces northward to relieve the besieged town of Bastogne. In the final chapters of the European theater, Patton's leadership not only hastened the defeat of Nazi Germany but also liberated countless towns and cities from the grip of tyranny. His belief in rapid, aggressive action freed tens of thousands from concentration camps, bringing an end to their nightmare and turning the tide of history. Yet, Patton's journey was not without controversy. His unfiltered expressions and uncompromising standards often clashed with military decorum and political sensibilities. But it was this same unyielding nature that made him a hero to his men and an icon of American military prowess. As the guns of World War II fell silent, George Patton emerged not just as a key architect of victory but as a symbol of American resilience and determination. His tactics and leadership principles continue to be studied by military strategists around the world, a testament to his profound impact on the art of war. In the aftermath of the greatest conflict in human history, Patton's legacy was that of a warrior who lived by the sword and led by example. As Europe rebuilt from the ashes of war, the spirit of Patton, a man who believed fiercely in freedom and the capability of the American soldier, endured. His contributions to the Allied victory would forever mark him as one of the greatest military figures of the 20th century. In the aftermath of World War II, as nations embarked on the arduous path of reconstruction and reconciliation, Patton found himself at the crossroads of history and personal destiny. His actions during the conflict had sealed his place among the pantheon of great military leaders, yet his final chapter was still to be written, in a world he helped liberate but scarcely recognized. The war's end did not bring rest to the warrior's spirit of Patton. Tasked with governing parts of occupied Germany, he approached his duties with the same fervor and dedication that marked his combat leadership. Yet, the complexities of peace proved challenging for a man forged in the crucibles of battle. His views on post-war governance and the future of Europe stirred controversy, echoing the paradoxes of a hero out of time. Fate, in its inscrutable wisdom, chose a quiet, unexpected turn to close the final chapter of Patton's storied life. On December 9, 1945, a car accident left the general gravely injured. Confined to a hospital bed, the man who had commanded armies in their march across continents faced his last battle, one he could not win. On December 21, Patton's vibrant life came to a tranquil end, a stark contrast to the tumultuous times he lived through. In a gesture befitting his soldier's general, George Patton was laid to rest among the men he led in battle, in the Luxembourg American Cemetery. It was his final wish, to be buried with his troops, a silent sentinel watching over those who had given their all for the cause of freedom. In death, as in life, Patton remained inseparable from his soldiers, eternally bound by the bonds of duty, honor, and shared sacrifice. The legacy of General Patton transcends the mere recounting of battles won or lost. It resides in the hearts and minds of those who seek to understand the art of leadership, the price of freedom, and the responsibilities of power. Scholars, military professionals, and ordinary people continue to be drawn to his complex character, studying his tactics, his triumphs, and his tribulations.